Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, collective. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hugs and kisses to you. This is Divine Eyed Mystic Tarot back with another general reading, you guys. You all. Y'all gotta stop saying you guys because it is not all guys, okay? Good morning to you all. Hope you all slept well, dreamed big, had some beautiful, big old dreams, and not no big ass nightmare, okay? I pulled a few cards already collected, so we're gonna go ahead and get a message out. But overall, hopefully, the message resonates with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or you just get in it for the vibe. All right, love. So, first card out. Struggling with the words to say to you now. It came out in reverse. Struggling with the words to say to you now. So somebody may have already decided they're not gonna struggle with that. They may have, that may be something that they in the past, maybe didn't come back around right away, because they may have been struggling with what to say. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you haven't heard from that person, or especially if they guilty of, not making something right away. They moved at a slow pace, and that was because this person was struggling with, what they would say, like finding the words to say. And they could be emotional about when they think about what they want to say, even if it's a text message. They could have some unsent text messages or things they wanted to say and never just sent it because they may not have been good enough. They may not have felt like they had covered enough of really what they wanted to say or how they felt. All right, that's what I'm getting. Next card, can't bring myself to throw your things away. So this person could have some things of yours, some clothing items or something like that you may have left behind or um, gave them or something like that. Maybe both. You know what I'm saying? But they struggling with can't bring themselves to throw your things away. It's like somebody may be using that as a way, to hold on to the memories or have something from you, especially if they have no hope of like ever seeing you again or being back around you or things like that. Like whatever those items are, those things are, they hold a lot of memory that this person kind of don't. It's like if they get rid of that, they'll have nothing left for you. So it may be that the fact that this person don't know when they'll ever see you again. It's probably been a while, but if they throw your things away, it's like closing a chapter. You know, a hope, not returning. You know what I'm saying, from the past, like somebody from the past they're not dealing with the loss of very well. Next card, jealous, masculine, gossiping, and being spiteful. Whether this is your person, a past person, whether this is somebody connected, to somebody, like a homeboy or something like that. Gossiping and being spiteful, being messy. Ain't that the worst? Ooh. Next card, this can't be my happy ending. Somebody saying this can't be how this ends. Like this can't be, the end. This can't be the ending that is for me. Like wherever somebody at right now, on their journey in their life or who they with, like however something ended up, it's like somebody saying this can't be how me and this person or me and this person in this situation is forever gonna be. Like this can't be my happy ending. So maybe they saw something happening ending differently, or they happy ending being something else, but it wasn't this. At the top of the deck was get with him, got with him knowing he has deep feelings for you. So the concept of these cards could be that this person, got involved with somebody else that already knew how this person had how they felt about you. They had whether they told you they had these deep feelings or not, they told it to somebody. I don't know if it was a homeboy, a homegirl, you know what I'm saying, so a friend of me, a friends with benefits or entanglement or something like that, that somebody, was involved in. They might have told it to somebody that they didn't know, you know what I'm saying, really liked them like that. Or didn't like them like that at all. They just knew this person felt deeply for somebody else. Somebody opened up to somebody and told them. They got involved with him. I got with him knowing he has deep feelings for you. They got with him knowing that. The bottom of the deck, burn a black candle to banish any negativity. But yeah, let's see what that is. What that is. What's that? Let's see. Clarify struggling with the words to say now. Why is it in reverse? Struggling with the words to say now. Why is it in reverse? Clarify. You got the Knight of Swords in reverse. So somebody may have, had some self-doubt. Their heart chakra may have been, closed off. Capricorn, Aquarius. Like somebody's struggling with a missed opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And it's like somebody feel like they missed this opportunity, with you because they, didn't come back around, like I said. Somebody didn't come back around, at a decent time, to clear up a situation or face, something head on, with some determination, some courage. Somebody didn't have it. They may have been rude. They may have been arrogant about the fact that it may have been anything close to their fault as to why something, ended or how something was. You know what I'm saying? Or what was said. Like I'm telling you, got the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Yeah, like somebody was moving at a slow pace. They could have been taking their time, coming towards you to say something because, like I said, they were taking their time because somebody knew, whatever it was they wanted to say. They may not have been sure if that was going to cover, whatever it caused them to miss this opportunity with you. They didn't know if they was going to be able to say something to, overshadow or heal, some type of arrogance and abuse. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was verbal, mental, whatever. Like somebody may abuse their power, the feelings you had for them, or they took what you said, to heart. You know what I'm saying? Personal or something like that. They may have felt like, what you said was something that may have put them in a place where they felt like, they didn't know really how to respond to that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it was blunt. Like somebody's words could cut deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting that. Aquarius, Capricorn, you got Sagittarius at the bottom of the deck with the Eight of Wands in reverse, but somebody definitely, was unfocused, maybe rude even, may have came off as rude, but it's like they didn't know the words to say to you at that time. Yeah. Yeah, they could have had some problems, like, in their family or something like that, or in some type of family dynamic or structure or something like that. May not have been going good for them at that time. They could have been going through a divorce or, some type of relationship, partnership that may have been ending slowly or something like that, was taking a toll on this person and them having to go with the flow of how something was going. You know what I'm saying? What's the Knight of Swords in reverse? Struggling with the words to say to you now. What's the Knight of Swords in reverse? Struggling with the words to say to you now. Clarify the Knight of Swords in reverse. Struggling with the words to say to you now. In reverse. Yeah, you got the Six of Wands in reverse. With the Two of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck, Capricorn. Got Leo out here now with the Six of Wands in reverse. So, somebody felt like, they were being maybe conceited or disappointed, with however, they didn't get some recognition, or some recognition may have been an issue. Like somebody night they didn't get a victory in something, especially when it came to, maybe how they handle something, or the actions, or, the fact that they didn't take any actions and say anything. So it's like they struggling with that, You had a ability, you know what I'm saying, to fix something, but somebody may have had commitment issues, you know what I'm saying, an imbalance, of where they needed to focus their energy on, because the Knight of Swords in reverse talk about unfocused. Somebody being unfocused about what it is they need to, you can't apologize for something and know what to say unless you know what you're taking accountability for. What is it you understand now? You get what I'm saying? It's like somebody saying, I'm sorry, I apologize. What you apologizing for? For this, isn't this. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm apologizing for, the way I handled it. I'm apologizing for, giving you, a bunch of extra stuff that just wasn't necessary. You know what I'm saying? I'm apologizing for, making something difficult for no reason at all. Like, that wasn't what really necessary. I could have just did this or did that, and I should have. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, whatever victory somebody wanted to get, at a time, it's like somebody's heart chakra was closed off. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody may not have been wanting to let emotions be something that they needed, to have at a time. Like somebody may have been trying to be in something, with no strings attached. They may have wanted to be in something that, didn't cloud, or give them more responsibility than they actually want to take responsibility for. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like somebody at some point, was making somebody feel as though they wasn't enough, or, that they would have won. Like they were satisfied or something like that is what I'm getting. And this could have been, like I said, somebody that had commitment issues, and especially, when it come to them, lacking their ability, like, to come together. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they were, juggling. Yeah, somebody was overextending. Like, when it came to somebody, like, actually, like, doing, how you say it, like, you putting more into something somewhere else than you should. Which, at a lot of situations, can cause, chaos. You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of spreading yourself thin. What's the Knight of Swords in reverse with the Six of Wands in reverse? What's the Knight of Swords in reverse with the Six of Wands in reverse? Clarify. The Knight of Wands. What's the Knight of Swords in reverse with the Six of Wands in reverse? Knight of Swords in reverse with the Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, Ten of Wands. Sagittarius. So you got fire, you got water out here right now. But somebody is, way down, burdened. Like they could want to compromise now, like, work something out, try to resolve some type of dispute. Or, especially when it comes to them, like, wanting to release some tension, you know what I'm saying? Or, bring some type of peace, or find some type of peaceful solution, avoid conflict, at this time. But somebody, could be way down burdened, especially if they made somebody feel as though, they were putting in more work than the other person, you know what I'm saying? Or feeling like, it's going to be too much responsibility, like it's going to be too much, you know, um, hard work, and this 10 of Wands is, this person was struggling. It was struggling. Like they could have had a lot of things going on outside of um anything you may have known about, especially if they didn't tell you about it. Damn. Could be a fire sign. Or somebody could have fire in their chart. But it's like somebody, is looking at the responsibility that they having to take, for something that they know may have caused a missed opportunity. And it's like, wanting to cooperate now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's work something out. Like, let's talk it out. Let's, hash out whatever it is, and see what, will work best in this situation. Like, what can we come to some type of common ground on? You know what I'm saying? And that's just, having good listening skills. Queen of Cups, King of Cups. But, you also have to hear people out. You know what I'm saying? Like, hear the other person. Not just let them finish talking or let them say what they need to say just so you can speak. But hear what they saying to understand, what they were feeling at that time, what they were thinking about, how they was seeing things at that time. Because at this point, like, that's not going to be something that you going to not do again. Like, if you're going to be in a connection, marriage, any, you know, genuine connection, like, it's going to always be moments where you're going to have to sit down and, get the understanding, get to, comprehend something in a productive kind of way, a healthy kind of way, so that you'll know what action you need to take and what you need to stay focused on. That help, it helps. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you go into therapist and shit, but you got the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, too, at the bottom of the deck. So somebody recovering when it comes to, some type of forgiveness or, overcoming adversity. Like whatever somebody challenges may have been, in the past, that you may have, been burdened with or weighed down with or something like that. It's like somebody, struggle with what to say to you because they may have felt like you already had a lot going on. Like they may have felt like, they, yeah, feel like somebody had a lot going on, especially if they didn't tell somebody, what they was dealing with, or them knowing that you had something else going on. And it may have been, something that they felt like, them, trying to find the words to say may have not been a good time based on what all you already was dealing with. But I feel like now, somebody, is wanting to come to some type of common ground. With the Five of Wands in reverse, 555 could be significant angel number, but definitely look it up. Um, yeah, like positive changes, like whatever it is, it's like somebody, now having to, be mature about a situation. You know what I'm saying? Be more mature about their choices. What does this person want to say? What do they want to say to the collective? Struggling with the words to say to you now. What do they want to say? What do they possibly want to say to the collective? What's on their mind or their heart to say? What is it they want to say? What is it they want to say to the collective? What is it they want to say? You got the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck in reverse. You got the Queen of Cups in reverse that came out. Unnecessary drama. Queen of Cups in reverse with the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck in reverse. So somebody want, to restore, recover, something from the past, possibly, like I said, with some forgiveness. Forgiving themselves, asking, wanting to know, if there's any possibility, you can forgive them, from, something they may have projected onto you, especially when it, came to you being focused, you know what I'm saying, enough to, know what you wanted with this person, but you only one person, you know what I'm saying? They have to do their part. But somebody may want to be honest about the fact that they may have, been dealing with some insecurities or, you know, felt like they, maybe were dealing with somebody with some codependency issues or they had some. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like somebody may have, caused like a lot of unnecessary drama in the past. Like they, want to, maybe tell you how whatever, they caused, it was like something maybe they were projecting. You know what I'm saying? They had some insecurities that may have been projected onto you. Or they may have, want to say something to you about them, maybe looking at you as that. You know what I'm saying? Codependent, needy, or something like that, or calling you that or something. Especially if this was them. Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah. And they could have been dealing with somebody like this, like somebody that, was very clingy. I'm hearing. Like they could have been dealing with a Queen of Cups in reverse. Whether this was a mother figure, whether this was a baby mom, or somebody that they may have, had some type of involvement with, outside of, friendship or something like that, maybe something a little more intimate. But it's like, they were not really honest about, exactly what was going on with them or how they were seeing things, but, what they want to say or what it could possibly want to talk about or the words they want to say, made, like I said, it could be, my ears ringing. Like somebody, projected, like they had some insecurities or they're dealing with somebody that did. Because, like I said, they got involved with somebody knowing that, not knowing, or they didn't know that this person knew they had deep feelings for you. And this person, ended up being clingy. Could have been a Gemini, a low vibrational one at that. But at the same time, this is somebody that don't, want to come off as that. But this is, probably what had this person, struggling with something to say. Because they were dealing with somebody that, was holding on to their energy or refusing to, let them up for air, in hopes that this person may not return. You know what I'm saying? But it's the weaknesses, that they may have had. They may have had some weaknesses for you. They may have had, some insecurities of their own. All right. But yeah, the Queen of Cups. Yeah. If I can't bring myself to throw your things away, can't bring myself. Yeah. Got the Five of Swords in reverse. Somebody want to compromise, child. They want some forgiveness. They want some type of reconciliation. I'm telling you, it's like, even if it's some past resentment, like somebody could resent, how something ended, like how, this person can't believe like this is how something gonna end. Like the things that they have of yours, they didn't think that they were gonna have to get rid of them. They may have felt like, there'll be more time for them to collect and have other things of yours, around even you, but that may be the last thing they ever get from you. You know what I'm saying? That may be the only thing they have of you now since you been gone. But this person, can't bring themselves to do something. It's like they can't, wanting to find some type of solution to a conflict. Maybe, they resent that they didn't do that. Possibly with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or an Aquarius. With the Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the Four of Wands. Somebody want to celebrate. This could have been somebody, Six of Cups, like thinking about, time spent, dealing with a lot of nostalgia, but also, them looking at the fact that they may have caused some bad memories, for you, in them both, but they didn't intend for that. You know what I'm saying? What's the Five of Swords in reverse? Can't bring myself to throw your things away. Who is this? Can't bring myself to throw things away. Can't bring myself to throw your things away. Clarify. Can't bring myself to throw your things away. Clarify the Five of Swords in reverse. Can't bring myself to throw your things away. What's the Five of Swords in reverse? Bring myself to throw your things away. They could be an Aquarius. You could be this Aquarius. I'm feeling like the Queen of Cups in reverse is a masculine. What's that Five of Swords in reverse? Because I feel like somebody may have, looked after somebody or was like a caretaker to them too. They may have had like some health issues or, may have had some things that how you come into somebody's life and they got some different, they may have some ailments or something like that. It may not be bad. They could have high blood pressure. Don't have to. They could have, like some, unhealthy, like an unhealthy lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Just because they don't get out much, or they, maybe dealing with some obesity, or they dealing with some type of insecurity about themselves. And you come into their life and you start dating them, not knowing what the insecurities are, but you doing things that's kind of like helping this person get out of that shell, like to come out, of the shadows. You know what I'm saying? And enjoy the sun, get out more. You know what I'm saying? It's like something about that when I'm looking at this Queen of Cups in reverse. Like when I say needy, codependency, needy, codependency, needy. Like somebody they needed like some help with something. Like if they maybe wasn't awakened at the time, this person may also yeah, you say things to them, and you incorporate things in that connection with them that kind of, helps them at a time where you may not, they may not really had anybody in their life to really focus a lot on healthy living or frequent, checkups and stuff like that, like getting things resolved, like staying on top of their appointments. Like that's for somebody, because I'm getting it. Like somebody may, have doctor's appointments or they had certain things they were getting tests done on, and you would inquire about it, supporting it and, encouraging them and, kind of giving them pointers and like being concerned, like nurturing, caring, kind is what I'm getting. But I feel like somebody had some insecurities, like they came off as needy or something like that, or they didn't want to be, or this is, something that they, like I said, they know they were dealing with. Like they may have, you know, felt like, they were a burden, you know what I'm saying? Or they came with a lot of responsibility, like when you were dealing with them. or unnecessary drama as well. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, it's like somebody. Just imagine you caring for somebody. You know what I'm saying? And in some type of connection where you incorporating different things in their life that they ain't used to, and then you gone. And it's like they don't meet anybody else like that again, not to be with. You know what I'm saying? They may cross paths with other nurses and other health gurus and stuff like that, but not. It's only just gonna be things that make them remind them of you. You know what I'm saying? And whatever they know because of you about that or whatever. Clarify the Five of Swords in reverse. Can't bring myself to throw your things away. Yeah, you got the World in reverse. Like, yeah, somebody feel like, this is like a cycle that they don't want to close out. Like somebody, don't want this to, like there's something still there. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody feel like, whatever it is, it's not done. Like somebody don't want something to be done. Like they don't want this cycle, this chapter to close. You know what I'm saying? Or if they do, no, it's like somebody may have been trying to keep something open. Like they don't want something to end this way. Like if we're gonna start a new chapter, let's end this one on a good note and let's just start over. Something like that. Especially if you live at a distance from this person, it's like somebody may have things that may come up, or something was causing a cycle for them to reach some type of height in this. You know what I'm saying? Like how somebody imagine something getting better, but it may not be getting better fast enough. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna make a decision. It just they ain't making it fast enough. You know what I'm saying? But there's some disharmony here, like a deficiency, like something being like this connection. It was being depleted in some way, like something was like a fear of movement. Like somebody may have feared. You already at a distance. I got some things of yours, but it's like somebody don't know if they wanna get rid of that in hopes that they may not see you again. It's like if I get rid of this, that'll be the end of this cycle. Like that'll be I already know I'm not gonna be able to see this person again. It's something like that with this World in reverse. Because you got the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck now in reverse. Like somebody feel as though this they feel defeated. Like they feel like there's a lot of lack of self-confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody lack that confidence that they need to come and make something right. What's the Five of Swords in reverse with the World in reverse? What's the Five of Swords in reverse? Yeah, Eight of Cups in reverse. The Six of Swords in reverse. Okay. Like this is some stagnation for real. Like, and they may be, feeling bad now for staying in a bad situation. Like they may have been in something that they knew, was not working out, was not, giving them the best results. But you walking away may not have made it any easier for them to make a decision because they already didn't know what to do about this situation. They stayed too long. It may have caused, a Five of Cups, to happen. And being at a distance, they may not have been able to just pick up and haul ass and come back towards you and make something right. You know what I'm saying? Without that person knowing, something up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like trying to keep something, trying to control what's going on over here and over there, the chariot. Like somebody was trying to control things that were out of their control, that was getting out of control in the first place. So it's like, some type of travel problems. Like you could live at a distance from this person. And they may have, felt like that was, something that may have been one of the underlying factors, when it comes to them, struggling and they can't bring themselves to throw your things away. Like you could be telling them to throw it away, you know what I'm saying, get rid of it. People could be telling them that, but like somebody's struggling, to just move on, like somebody's stuck in the past. And I feel like it's another low vibe. It's a like either hmm. So somebody got somebody things. I don't know if you lived with this person at one time for a short period of time, or you just was visiting with this person or something, and maybe forgot something, left something behind. Some clothing, a shirt or something like that. Some toiletries or something like that. Maybe some accessories or something like shades, sunglasses, jewelry, something, that somebody left, and it's like they can't bring it. It could be that. It could be some things that you over time, just forgot. You know what I'm saying, when it came to traveling, like when you travel, because this world and this Eight of Cups in reverse is talking about um, travel. And it's like somebody, could be, having issues with expressing themselves or being, around to express, what's really, how they really feel and what's going on with them, because of the distance, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like they also, don't want to close out a cycle, the way it is, because of the things they feel like, may not be able to obtain again. Like if I throw this away, I'm for sure to close out this cycle with this person. Because now they have no reason to, reach out to me for it, or I have no way of proving that this person was ever in my life. You know how, like, if some this day you cross paths with a celebrity and they give you something, they gift you something, and you end up holding on to it for years. But the minute somebody tell you, you know, you find out something about them or something like that, you still hold on to it. It's like, regardless of what you find out, good or bad, about that person, just say it's something, terrible, horrible. The point is, you're not going to get rid of what they gave you, because it holds some type of value, it holds some memories to it. Because what I didn't know about that person then, they still thought enough to give me this. Or this is something they left behind. This is proof that I did have access to them, something like that. They left something behind, and you work in hotel and housekeeping, you know what I'm saying, casino housekeeping or something like that, and they leave something behind and you end up getting it. But it's like telling somebody, not only did I see that person at work, I was the person that cleaned their room, and I crossed paths with them, and they left some things in their room. That's my, this is their stuff. Like they, may have been a receipt, it may have been something that they left with their name on it or something like that, that proves that they was there, that you did see them, they did come to where you work at, but you hold on to it. But if you get rid of it, you never know how much that's going to be worth, or what it, what it will validate, what kind of recognition, you will get for that. You know what I'm saying? When it came to somebody, proving to another person that they was there, that I saw this person, or this person actually did come to my job. You know what I'm saying? I actually did, talk to this person, and they was in this room. So it's like, being able to have something to show for the fact, not just that I know this person, but this is how close I was to them. Like I was close enough to them to have this. Like who would, You know how like when dudes used to be like, if you did do something with that person, you got to that level you was able to hit. Make sure you take something of theirs, like they panties or something. Nowadays, you take that shit, somebody using it, doing some type of divination with it. You know what I'm saying? Low key. You know what I'm saying? Warlock or witch, dark witch or not. You know what I'm saying? Dark witch or warlock is what I'm saying. But it's like now, back then, if you gave your panties to somebody, it was proof that they hit. Now, 9 times out of 10, they could have just got close enough to get a pair of your panties and took off out the door. Don't mean that they actually did something. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was one of the things then that you had to. But if you had them at your house and you got them, then you be like, I can tell you, I can prove to you I didn't get this out of a dresser drawer or something like that because they was at my house. This is what they had on when they came to my house. So basically, when they left my house, they didn't leave my house with nothing, no underwear. That's for sure. This is what they had. It's like that, and it's like somebody not wanting to get rid of that because then that proves just how intimate, just how close they were to you. I don't just know that person. I know that person. I done been with that person. It's like that. So whatever somebody got, they can't bring themselves to throw it away. For some of you, is like more. I would say toiletries, but I feel like it's like things like maybe paperwork. You know what I'm saying? It may have been journals or something like that. It may have been a notebook. It may have been something you may have brought with you to write in, or some reading material, or maybe you were working on some things or something when you and this person was together, and you left it behind. Maybe y'all lived together for a short time. You left something. Never really got a chance to go back and get the rest of your things. Maybe they made it difficult for you to get it. You know how people move out or they leave, especially if you're dealing with a narcissist. Maybe somebody was, because I'm getting that too. Like somebody may not have wanted to go back because of how something ended. Like they didn't want to Eight of Cups in reverse. Like somebody did not want to have to deal with, what they were going to be faced with if somebody came back to get their things. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, somebody also may not have wanted to deal with somebody else's, drama if they did come back and get their things. I feel like somebody did not want to, like, trying to avoid, having to deal with them all over again just to get your things. So it's like, look, keep it, just throw it away, do what you need to do with it. It's like somebody can't bring themselves to do it. They can't bring themselves to do it. And it's like Six of Swords in reverse. Like somebody feels some type of way that they returned to trouble. They, when something they didn't want to face, whatever it was, somebody went back to somebody from their past. They returned to trouble. Like somebody went back to somebody, or they went back talking to somebody. Six of Swords in reverse. Instead of moving on to calmer water, somebody went back and started dealing with somebody that normally, will be there, even if they don't want to change, even if they don't feel like anything it's their fault. You know what I'm saying? Hermit in reverse. Like somebody went back to somebody that they didn't have to change for. But the point is, that person knew they had feelings, deep feelings for you. They knew the person did when they came back to them. So, jealous masculine, gossiping and being spiteful. Clarify. Who is this jealous masculine, gossiping and being spiteful? Who is this? Show me this jealous masculine, gossiping and being spiteful. Got the King of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck with the Seven of Pentacles. Manipulative, emotional turbulence. Who is this? Low vibration Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Could be a low vibration of Cancer. But yeah, somebody, jealous, you know what I'm saying? Watching you work. Seeing you planning, they seeing whatever it is you're working on, or they constantly watching you, What's that song? I've been watching, hope I'm watching you. Some shit like that. What song is that? Walking down the street, watching ladies, hope I'm watching. Yeah, somebody watching you. Somebody watching you. I don't know. That's an old ass song. Don't come for me if I don't sing for you. I'm just saying it's an old ass song for people that got an old soul. You don't have to be old to know that damn song. But if you love music, then you know what I'm talking about. Some folks say they love music and don't listen to but one kind. What? One kind. I'm like, oh hell no. But yeah, and that's fine too if you do. But I think it's expanding your mind to learn more about music and other artists. You know what I'm saying? Other kinds of music. When you have a love for music, some people listen to all kinds of music because they just loves what music does for them on a personal note. But somebody watching somebody work, like somebody know whatever it is that you focusing on, it's long term, stuff. It's like somebody knowing that you know how you be with somebody that know you want something long term, but they ain't intending on giving you, laying the groundwork or cooperating with you to have that. They know that's what you want, but they ain't gonna put everything that they know go into having something, to cooperate with you on in order for you to obtain that. Like it's like somebody, a jealous masculine is gossiping and being spiteful when it comes to, how somebody, what it is somebody focusing on, working on. Whoever this is somebody that's untrustworthy. Like they not somebody, that can, they intolerable. Like you can't, they not somebody you can really tolerate. You know what I'm saying? Like this is somebody that may have a friend, a homeboy, or something like that, that just is, you know what I'm saying? They may feel like, they outspoken, or what they saying is helping, but it's really just, them saying what they can to like get some type of reaction out of it, to their satisfaction. Not nobody else is just theirs. Like somebody being jealous, gossiping, being spiteful, this is somebody they could be envious of whatever it is that another masculine got going on or got, had in their life or whoever they had with them. Especially if they hadn't been able to see that person with somebody that genuinely want to fuck with them. They may know this person always be with somebody that'll fuck over them instead of, somebody that could finally do right by them. Or the fact that this person got somebody that'll do right by them, but they ain't think this person would ever find that or be that way, what I'm saying, enough to want to accept, somebody actually being genuine and want to fuck with just them. They may be used to this person being a player. Like they may be used to this person, not getting the outcome they're looking for with people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if my friend, I ain't got nobody, you know what I'm saying? I'm having to be with other people that got somebody I know, third party situation, and shit. All of a sudden now they got somebody now, like somebody dig them for real. It's like that. I don't know. This might be somebody's friend, because somebody is very withdrawn, like manipulative. Like this is somebody that don't really look at something that they saying as something to care about, whether it's truthful or not. It's just the fact that they want something to come from it that satisfies them. Jealous, masculine, gossiping, being spiteful. Jealous, masculine, gossiping, and being spiteful. Who is this? Show me this jealous, masculine, gossiping, and being spiteful. Yeah, you got the Nine of Wands in reverse. Two of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. It's a lot of reverse out here, child. And this could have been some things that may have already come to pass that somebody is actually looking back over. This could be things that they could be slow healing from, you know looking over, like reflecting about, or things that they, then started, emotional, with the wheel of fortune, like something may have been put in motion to where, some of these things are starting to come, out. Especially after a cycle ended, like something may have been like moving at a slow pace, being exposed or being dealt with. Probably because this person, there's somebody here that may be stealing somebody's energy, or they stealing somebody's life. Like somebody may be still involved with somebody that they have not seen for who they are yet. Because you got the two of swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse, Libra energy. So it's like somebody, third eye is blocked. You know what I'm saying? It is or it was. And it's like, whatever it was that they needed to see, it's like somebody was telling somebody a whole lot of shit at one time. You know what I'm saying? Like they, especially if you're getting a whole lot of information at one time, like, yeah. Because I'm telling you, whoever this is, they like somebody that, don't care. Like I said, they don't have no emotion toward what this will do. Like somebody don't give a damn if this is, what's being said is going to cause a ten of cups in reverse. Like they don't give a damn if it's going to break up your family. They don't give a damn if it, gets in the way of you having some type of, um, good luck in, whatever it is you pursuing or going toward or trying to sort out. Like they not there to try to, help you see something through. They there to see, just like somebody coming along instigating something. Like somebody's an instigator. Like they come along to see what's going on, but they also there to throw a monkey wrench in your shit too. You know how like I'm getting somebody like trying to get in between somebody having like a dispute or, some type of thought about or a conversation about, what they want to do. And it may resort in, other people or somebody else, like, trying to point something out, make something clear to this person. And it's like a third person can come in and intervene to, try to break that conversation up by saying something that make it worse. And it's like, man, y'all stop doing this and doing that. Cause I mean, if you hadn't have did this or been like that and was doing all this, man, y'all wouldn't even, this shit wouldn't even be going on. Now, this person that's supposed to be coming in between two people going back and forth about something that somebody trying to make a, a solid decision on, but the person that got in between them is bringing, is pushing two people apart, but focusing what they just said on the dirt somebody got going on that they know about. Like, man, if you hadn't been messing with Michelle and Teresa, I told you they stay next door to each other. I told you, and now you sitting up here trying to figure out, what you gonna say to Michelle without this person knowing. Like, you should have never started. I told you, and it's like the person that got in between that they going back and forth with didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even know that shit. They were just going back and forth about, the strategy of what they gonna say or what the situation was, and they just didn't go into detail about it, but they trying to figure out what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, somebody then came in thinking they trying to neutralize, this conversation, this little dispute, but they just made it worse. You know what I'm saying? By throwing some more shit in there on purpose, like pulling some more shit out the hat. You know what I'm saying? At a moment where somebody in the room may not even know this shit. You know what I'm saying? They gonna bring some more shit up. Like, but they using it as a way to say, oh man, shit, I thought they knew. You knew damn well they didn't know that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, somebody low down, bro. They low down. This is somebody definitely, they very, this is what caused somebody to be indecisive. Like not willing to make a decision or incapable of making a decision. It's like somebody telling them so much shit and bringing up so much shit, but it's gossiping. It's just gossiping. You know what I'm saying? It's hearsay. It ain't something that you would even tell a jury of people, even the judge, to be like, disregard that last statement. Disregard the whole damn statement. You know what I'm saying? But it's like somebody knowing that that's their intentions is to make somebody so confused about making a decision that they don't make one. It's like being overwhelmed. But it's like making somebody feel like giving up. Like whatever it is you're working on, focusing on, and stuff like that, it's like somebody, making something, bringing something up to where they don't like, they not gonna like the fact that if they don't get in this person's head, enough, if they don't keep saying something enough, that this person gonna end up, you know what I'm saying, taking a chance and just take this leap of faith. You know what I'm saying? Take a risk. It's like somebody, it's like you pouring into somebody, like you giving, putting all the good stuff into somebody collective that results to long term success. You know what I'm saying, right? But you got somebody low vibrational, Aries, Leo, Sag, with this 9 of Wands in reverse. It's like somebody actually being, like refusing to compromise with you. What's the 9 of Wands in reverse? Before I say that, what's the 9 of Wands in reverse? Clarify the 9 of Wands in reverse. What's the 9 of Wands in reverse? Yeah, 7 of Swords. With the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Again, yeah, somebody, like somebody didn't want another person to see something, as productive, or like somebody doing something for a good reason. It's like somebody, saying something or telling somebody things, to make them intentionally not work with you. Yeah. Somebody was trying to get someone to like be dishonest. Like tell them this, say that. You know what I'm saying? Don't say this instead. And it's like somebody said enough to, get this person to say to make them look manipulative. Like somebody is very manipulative. They not to be trusted. You know what I'm saying? Whoever this jealous masculine is, could be a um, low vibrational water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But it's like somebody intentionally telling somebody, lies or whatever, being dishonest with them, putting them in, competitions or whatever, or when it comes to them strategizing, like trying to find some type of little playing mind games and shit like that. Like fuckery, trickery, you know what I'm saying? Deception. But it's like somebody doing it and, telling it, giving somebody, reason or, making up something, make somebody look like somebody is doing something like, oh, that person at work, that person ain't over there working, they over there doing this. The only reason why they doing this and doing that is because they over here doing this and being like that. And so somebody, went along with thinking that that's what that was in order for them to not want to work something out, be stubborn with you, you know what I'm saying? Make you feel overwhelmed, with somebody not taking action. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever somebody actions was lacking, they self doubt, or them, not moving faster or like resolving the issue, using their intuitions. Like somebody was trying to make somebody slow about how they respond and reckless when they did it, so that it would manipulate and complicate, somebody's ability or they chances of trusting somebody or believing, that something was gonna come from something good was gonna come from something. Yeah. Like it could have caused you to not trust somebody. You know what I'm saying? You may have struggled with, you know, waiting on somebody to come around. You know what I'm saying? Waiting on somebody to, cooperate with you to see that, the seeds you planted. You know what I'm saying? To get the reward from something. It's like, somebody was waiting, they were planting seeds. Like somebody was putting things in motion and saying things, to cause somebody to be overwhelmed even. You know what I'm saying? Like making them feel like, there's a bunch of bullshit going on or somebody got something up their sleeve. When it really wasn't nothing. It's just the fact that somebody didn't want to see another person, elevate. They didn't want to see another person, actually in something productive. Especially if this is somebody that a ex or somebody from your past is like being that way, um, like being that way when it comes to them possibly like moving on to somebody else or being in that situation, when it comes to them actually being honest about why they previous connection ended. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, even though they don't want to let go, it's like somebody dealing with somebody that don't want to see another person move on from whatever done happened anyway. If they want to move on and possibly reconcile and come back towards you, it's like there's a jealous masculine around somebody that don't want them to do that. They don't want them to do that. Even if they focusing themselves on, coming in and doing better and planting seeds, that they feel like, making changes in their life, they feel like it's going to bring them the reward or the outcome that they wanted. Like somebody planning, and making sure they stay focused on the things that they're working on because they want, a good turnout. But it's like somebody want to make bring, some type of communication their way that is going to make them, lose hope and make them, refusing to compromise after that. But this is a King of Cups in reverse. This is somebody that can't be trusted. You know what I'm saying? They want this person, to move at a slow pace. And this don't have to be a jealous masculine. It can be a jealous feminine in a masculine energy. Because they adamant about, they are very aggressive about, the outcome that they want from this. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles. What's the Seven of Pentacles? Jealous masculine, gossiping, and being spiteful. What's the Seven of Pentacles? Yeah, Nine of Swords in reverse. With the King of Swords. The Queen of Swords. So Queen of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. And this is, about somebody letting go. You know what I'm saying? Like, letting go of, like, some deep-seated fears. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody don't want to continue to be worried about, like, if you focus it on what it is you're working on, it's because you're planning on other things. You're not holding on to whatever, block communication or whatever, no communication, no contact may have, been for, or, whatever, somebody's issues were, when it came to how somebody, was not being truthful. You know what I'm saying? Being in your head about, things that was said, things that wasn't said, the communication, or having to block somebody, or just being, ghosted or something like that. It's like releasing whatever that is, gaining clarity about a situation. Like, shit, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm understanding now exactly why, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is I've been afraid of happening, or, afraid of, somebody thinking shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let that go. I'm not gonna, hold on to, what could happen if, I do talk to this person. Because this person may have struggled with what they wanted to say to you in the past, but it's like somebody don't want to hold on to that. It's somebody in somebody's head, like, gossiping, wanting to keep telling them, negative shit, you know what I'm saying, to keep them in their head, or had them in their head about somebody else. Possibly a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius at the time, in the past. But it's like somebody wanted to keep, Seven of Swords, like somebody wanted to keep, dishonesty and some other shit at the forefront. Like, they wanted to keep, making that something that this person kept putting out. You know what I'm saying? Kept being, behind doing, you know what I'm saying? But it's like somebody feeding them a lot of bullshit, just to overwhelm somebody else. Making it, making you, or whoever they lying to, or whoever this is that didn't know, they were struggling with the words to say to you. Like, somebody was behind the scenes, like, feeding them a lot of bullshit, communicating in a negative way to them, about stuff, to the point that whatever that connection was like, they made it so that you would refuse to compromise with them, even if they want to come back towards you to compromise. It's like somebody, is a jealous masculine, is, trying to get that person to, or they were trying to get this person to be productive enough in a negative way to where if they did come towards you, you would refuse to compromise. You would be stubborn with them. You would just give up. Six of Swords, move on. You know what I'm saying? And just refuse to deal with them anymore. Refuse to hear from them, whatever. And it's like somebody may have went along with that when you blocked them, stopped talking to them over time. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they having to release themselves from that shit, because it's like, if it's going to feel like this, with them being gone, I might as well, reach out to them and say something to them, anyway, because what can feel worse than not talking to them if I'm going to have to live with not talking to them anyway? It's like that. Queen of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Like I said, it could be a jealous masculine. It could be a jealous feminine. But I feel like I said, it could be a feminine in a masculine energy. But it's like making that person feel overwhelmed and refusing to compromise, or feeling like just giving up. And I feel like if you did and you walked away from this person, that was this jealous person's, whole agenda. Seven of Pentacles. Like, this was what they were working on. Especially if they knew you wanted something long term with this person. Because with this Queen of Wands in reverse, right behind this Queen of Wands in reverse is the damn Empress in reverse. The Death in reverse. Child, this is somebody that was not to be trusted. This is somebody that is selfish, jealous, just like it said on the card. Selfish, jealous. Can't make that shit up. It could be a masculine and a feminine energy. Either way, you know what I'm saying? It's a weak ass move. This can't be my happy ending. Clarify. Clarify, this can't be my happy ending. This can't be my happy ending. What is this? Clarifying. This can't be my happy ending. Ten of Cups in reverse. The King of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Like somebody feel like, you know, them being materialistic, you know what I'm saying, resulted in or being obsessed with their status, or, you know, poor financial decisions, you know what I'm saying, with somebody, you know, how they invested their time, their money into something or somebody, or a way of life, you know what I'm saying, when them being obsessed with their status, you know, being possessive, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, trying to do things that they felt like was going to secure them, you know, somebody or things in their life. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be this way so I can secure this person, you know, to stay stuck with me. Like somebody can't believe, you know, Ten of Cups in reverse. Like this, they created, like, you know what I'm saying, this separation, like you know, disputes, like hopelessness. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody feel as though, you know, I'm in this unhealthy relationship. Like this can't be, you know what I'm saying, my happy ending. Like somebody ended up with somebody that they knew. It's like ending up with somebody that knew that you felt some way about somebody else, and they intentionally made, you know, manipulated a situation or your time of not taking action or your time of being low vibrational to make something so damaging that the person you ghosted or that, you know, walked away from you don't want to return to you after what they remember you being like or treating them like. Clarify the Ten of Cups in reverse. This can't be my happy ending. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This can't be my happy ending. Clarify Ten of Cups in reverse. This can't be my happy ending. Yeah, the Magician in reverse. Lies, deceit, trickery, fuckery, you know what I'm saying, landed you with the wrong person. Like you did all this to be over here with them. Manifesting from, you know, a hurt place, you know, making decisions, you know, from a hurt place, making decisions from an angry place, you know what I'm saying, making decisions, you know, because you decided, you know, this is, you know, believing what somebody said and you thinking you doing something, you know, to spite somebody else because they wanted something with you. I'm gonna get over here with them and be with them. You know what I'm saying? Since you want to be like that, I'm gonna be over here and I'm gonna do this with them. Okay. But in actuality, you got with somebody else, knowing that you had deep feelings for somebody else. They accepted the offer and went along with whatever they plans were because they were trying to get to that level first before somebody else. And now, you know, it's a level of conflict, of disinterest, you know, and shit now, like this harmony and this dynamic now, this family dynamic. Like somebody could feel like giving up right now. What's the Ten of Cups in reverse with the Magician in reverse? What's the Ten of Cups in reverse with the Magician in reverse? The Hierophant in reverse with the Justice in reverse. Taurus energy with Libra right here again at the bottom of the deck. So somebody now is, you know, thinking about new approaches. You know what I'm saying? Finding a new way, you know, to go towards something, think of a, you know, something in a different way, looking at something in a different light. You know what I'm saying? But also, you know, having their own personal beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Not listening and trying to go traditionally by, you know, what they feel like, you know, was put in place in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I only went this route because this person, wanted something this way, or I went this route because, I was only thinking one way. This person didn't, this person was a free thinker. You know what I'm saying? I should have been thinking for myself. I should have, made sure, something I wanted instead of listening to what somebody else said they felt like, was best for me. Or listening, and going along with, what all these other people was, cheering me on to go do instead of realizing, this is, my life. This is my ending. I should have had more control over it than I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like somebody, it's that failure to take responsibility for something. Facing whatever it is, and you responsible for your happiness. You responsible for, how your life end up or turn out. At some point, you got to take responsibility for that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't give you this equal give and take. You gave to them, they didn't give back. It's like somebody not wanna, you know, come in and give you this equal give and take, and let the universe, decide for them, if this is, to balance things out, at that point. What's the Hierophant in reverse? Because I feel like somebody was unaware of like how something was gonna feel long term once they made the decisions of listening and not following their own intuition, their gut feeling. What's the Hierophant in reverse? Like it's like if you manifested from a hurt place, a confused place, a dark place, then you manifested what you in. You manifested, this ending that you in. Because you chose to, you know what I'm saying, not look at something differently, not, raise your vibration, you know what I'm saying, think from your higher self instead of, somebody else's low vibrational views. Especially if somebody constantly talking negative and speaking gossip and some more shit. Especially if you've been speaking negative and ill about, another person, you know what I'm saying, just being spiteful, you ended up with what you ended up with. What's the Hierophant in reverse? You manifested a very thing, somebody manifested that very person or thing or, environment that they in now because of them listening to somebody with that kind of talk. King of Pentacles in reverse with the star at the bottom of the deck in reverse. I guess it's somebody, like I said, they were obsessed with a status, an image, you know what I'm saying, that they were trying to uphold. Like they may have got with somebody they felt like, looked better than the other person or had a little more than the other person. Was talking better, you know what I'm saying, than another person. They were talking about another person, the way they was talking about that person, like it was going to be better with them. You know what I'm saying? When the person agenda was really just to get the spotlight, you know what I'm saying? All because they knew how this person felt. They knew, it's like somebody knowing this person had deep feelings for you or that you had deep feelings for this person. But it was like, shit, I'm finna snag and I'm saying this gonna be the snatch and grab over here. You know what I'm saying? What's the Hierophant in reverse with the King of Pentacles in reverse? This can't be my happy ending. What's the Hierophant in reverse with the King of Pentacles in reverse? What's the Hierophant in reverse with the King of Pentacles in reverse? This can't be my happy ending. Can't be my happy ending. Clarify. With the Four of Cups in reverse, with the Knight of Cups in reverse. Chariot at the bottom of the deck in the upright, Cancer energy. So somebody now, wants to, possibly move forward, but they, possibly, want to, like I said, new goals, new approaches with the Hierophant in reverse. But they want to, try to find something new, to like work toward, like new goals. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the goals they had in the past was unrealistic goals. You know what I'm saying? And how they thought, that was gonna get them to they happy ending, and that was some unrealistic goals. But now it's like somebody, thinking for themselves now instead of from a materialistic place. You know what I'm saying? Especially finding new direction in their life instead of going in the one they was in, thinking it was gonna lead them to like I said, that happy ending. Like the cups in reverse, like somebody also looking at how whatever these decisions came from, it came from a closed heart chakra. You know what I'm saying? This is, them dealing with some heartbreak, maybe some heartbreak that they know they caused, in the past because of their inability, being indecisive, fear to, inability to commit, not just to a person, but things that actually bring purpose to their life, like not sticking to something and being firm in a decision. Make the decision, see it through. You know what I'm saying? Especially when with but I feel like something was unrealistic. The way somebody thought expressing themselves or how they were going about um, following their heart or what they thought they were listening to was, unrealistic things. Like they may have been expecting things that was just unrealistic of of somebody or a situation. Got the chariot at the bottom of the deck, the five of cups in reverse. So it's like, somebody want to move this forward movement when it comes to working on themselves, putting in the work, facing whatever challenges they know it's gonna come with. They may have, like I said, they returned to the past. Like somebody went back to problems, with people that they know they done had issues with before, but them people still leave their door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. Face ass. But I'm gonna end it here because I feel like at this point this person is up to them to make the decision of put in the work, but they also have to deal with that facet of those different facets of themselves, on every level when it comes to them actually working through tying up loose ends, working on them things that they know they actions caused. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have let people in my business that didn't belong. I shouldn't have been expressing to these people how I felt. And they didn't turn around and, what I'm saying, backdoored me on the shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should have kept how I felt about the collective to myself. Because I feel like the minute somebody expressed how they deeply felt for you or how you deeply felt for them, whoever they expressed that shit to went in on their ass. They worked overtime to get this person to manipulate that energy they had, you and this person had between each other to the point of no return. That this person would damage things between you and them so much. Yeah, my left ear ringing. That you would damage, their decision or inability to make a decision, make you feel, as if you was enough, recognize you as, who you are. But you recognize you. So at the end of the day, somebody else did too. They just didn't want this person to do it and make a decision at a time where they shouldn't have, expressed how they felt about somebody or how somebody felt about them to people that didn't give a fuck and really was just planning, a strategy to, to make something that they end up missing out on, something they can't even return back to because of the damage they done caused, the emotional damage they done caused, because they, were made to look like they emotions wasn't involved. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna end it here, collective. Hopefully the message resonates with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Until next time, you guys, make sure you hit that like, that subscribe for me. All right? I love you. Bye.